Hello, and welcome to Dungeon Keeper 2, Part 2 of my... Not my first playthrough, I can't say that. I've played through this game before, years and years ago. But yes. Let's hope the stream this time is a bit more cooperative than it was last night. With less of my internet dropping out for hour. Hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, everything's pretty good so far. I've had a bit of a tiring day. Exercise and whatnot. But anyway. I get to play some old games, which I enjoy. Let's go to load game. And yes, we had just... I think we were part of the way through mission 4, from what I remember. Kind of over the hump when it comes to the tutorials. Yes, this is the one where we start actually getting, like, challenges. We get guard rooms, and we have the dark elves with their crossbows. We have some, what are they called? Sentry traps here. Oh, that one's damaged. You can heal them, but we don't have a heal spell. This is another nice feature in Dungeon Keeper 2. What are they called? Like bonus crate items you get actually show up in your magic bar. Whereas I think in Dungeon Keeper 1 you had to go to the library and physically click on them. You can do that in this as well. There it is. But... or I might be misremembering. It happens. Quite frequently. Anyway. So what else would I want to do? We were going to have to break into this place somehow. I think there's a path up there. We were searching around there. And there's also up here, which I haven't searched, so we'll do that. How many imps do I have? 18. Want to build some more cannons. How far can those cannons reach? To be able to reach from there. Finger. It should just cover the bridge there. Like that. I mean, you know, I doubt I actually need to do that. Wow. Why are you attacking the door? Don't do that. Okay, let's just put another 2 here. Trolls! You've got work to do. Forcing there. Got enough gold, I think.
A sentry trap has been created in your workshop.
Yeah? Oh. I thought he was going to go into the big spiel about what a sentry trap is, but he was just telling me that it's done. Thank you. That. And I'm just sort of mining rooms out for the sake of it. It's fun. And it gives my imp something to do. Also, we're getting gold. Over there. 9, 21. Do we have any rooms which we would need? Maybe a bigger training room. Oh no. What level are my wizards? You're 4. You're 4. What are you doing? You're 3. You're 2. It's nice that your creatures actually go to the training room and train on their own. All of them, I believe. In Dungeon Keeper 1, things like warlocks, I think I mentioned this last time, they don't actually go to the training room to train on their own. They will go to the library to research on their own, but if there's no research for them to do, they'll just wander around your dungeon, sleeping and eating chickens and collecting their wage. You have to actually tell them to go train. So they're not inclined to do it on their own. Which yeah, it's kind of inconvenient. On the other hand, it does give them a bit of personality. It makes sort of sense that a researcher wouldn't be interested in training in a training room. Because they're not really the most physical of beings, I'd imagine. Oh, we got another thing here. Another increased level. Ooh, and I had a comment on my YouTube video for the last episode, which you can find linked on my homepage if you wish to watch my past streams. That reminded me, or mentioned, that on some levels there is actually multiple,
your portal has
I think, secret level objects. So I might have to save every now and then to be able to get all of them.
A magical item.
Yes. Treasure is too small. My portal has attracted all the creatures it can. And yeah. So, we've only got the one portal. Each portal can only attract up to 15 creatures. So, I have 15. I've only got one goblin. 5 trolls though. If I wanted to, I could just dump excess creatures into the portal and that would remove them from my dungeon. And I could sort of hope to keep doing that until I get something better. But, nah, I don't think we're that hard up. We need to do so. Oh, these guys. 2, 3, 3. The other ones, 2, 2. You lot do training. Because I would like you, you to be at least level 4. There's not enough room here. No, apparently there is. You're going to bed. Okay. Dark Elves melee attackers are just clubbing something over the head with their crossbow. Yes, more Dungeon Keeper 2. Welcome. With hopefully less internet dropping out. And I have a pretty good system at the moment for capturing it, so should be much less hassle on my end. And struggling to get OBS to capture it when the game keeps minimizing itself to the taskbar. Oh, what happened yesterday? Well, my internet dropped out for like an hour, so I had to wait until it came back. It hasn't done that before. I don't know why I did that. Anyway. Occasionally I do have dropouts, but don't know whether that's my internet or whether that's Twitch. They tend to only last for a short while, but yesterday it was more dramatic. Ah well. Whatever. Right, let's mine up here. We need more gold. Let's build... That treasury's pretty fine. Yeah. Let's build this in as another treasury. Why not? Need... to satiate my avaricious heart.
It is payday.
No! They're stealing my money. Unplug my modem and or router overnight? Yeah. Other people use it though, so. And I was unplugging and restarting it last night, but it just wasn't working, so. I appreciate the advice though. Come on, put all that gold into the treasuries. I think they're certainly more generous with gold in Dungeon Keeper 2 than in the first one. Maybe? The levels have more structure to them in this like you have this river here with the path across it on dirt, and Dungeon Keeper 1 was sort of more large dirt areas with stone walls sort of blocking your passage. Used to have connection problems until I moved to a new location about a year ago, being rock solid since. Yeah.
A wooden door.
I mean, I don't know.
Created in your workshop.
I don't really understand the whole network thing too well, but... Well done for creating that door. Create them a bit faster. Thank you. Right, we would actually like this, because this is another portal up there. I just say that as if I just noticed it. Oh look, there's a portal there.
Door has been created in your workshop.
Level 3, you're level 3, you're level 3. You're level 4. You're level 4. Good. As I mentioned last time, a change in Dungeon Keeper 2 is that the training room can only train your creatures up to level 4. So, until we get another means to train them, that is as high as we can get them. Barring these increased levels, or
it is the witching hour.
You know, training in combat.
A half price.
No. Thank you. The witching hour. Curses are half price. It just hit 12 AM. Thank you, game. Right. Well, we heard a few other ones last night as well.
Anything bigger than your own head, Keeper.
That would be kind of impressive if someone could do that. I've seen people with massive hamburgers. Ugh. Also, never try to absorb a power source larger than your own head. I like the funny comments which pop up every now and then in the game. It's something I missed in Dungeon Keeper 1. Actually, don't do that. Right. Thank you. Well, the trolls are probably ready. And the dark elves. So we'll dump you all there. Yeah. Go for it. You're level 3 or 4. You're going to get food. What if the food came to you? I should keep an eye on any creatures which are going to die. Though, as we saw, my warlocks can actually heal my creatures. Oh, we see some of the abilities of the Dark Elves. I've forgotten that. Oh, well, we get to see the warlock. The warlock has heal, which is very nice. But I wanted to see the Dark Elf. Level 4 Dark Elf, where are you? There you are. Because they have some new abilities.
Over an enemy portal.
They have their...
Rejoice.
What's it called?
A second portal is now claimed. Prepare, as from it 5 more creatures may be drawn forth to your dungeon.
Right, yes. So you get 15 creatures for the first portal, and then 5 for every one you take after that.
Ah, I see you have discovered a magical item.
Have we? Okay, well that's good. Oh, there it goes. But yes, we have crossbow club. We have bolt, fire, and we also have this, which is quite cool. It's like a fat knife fan or something like that. Just a spray of knives. Don't really know the difference of it, but ooh, we got a conjure up a workforce of magical drones. Receive imps. So we can use that and we get a bunch of imps for free, which is nice. We've taken over all that in that room. Oh, also, I was told that you can actually toggle whether you want prisoners or not in this. Though it's not exactly like in Dungeon Keeper 1. In Dungeon Keeper 1, how it works is there's a toggle which says imprison enemies, where if it's toggled on yes, then your creatures will knock the enemy creatures out, and they'll be available for your imps to drag to the prison. In Dungeon Keeper 2, the creatures are always knocked out. However, you can determine whether they go to the prison or not by locking the prison itself. Where if it's locked, they can't put the creatures in the prison, so I assume they just leave them on the floor until they die. That's also different from Dungeon Keeper 1. The creatures, after they've run out of health, if they're unconscious on the floor, they will eventually die, rather than waking up and attacking again like they do in the first one. Might have got a bit confused there. In Dungeon Keeper 1, when they're unconscious, they eventually wake up and attack. In Dungeon Keeper 2, if they're unconscious on the ground, they will eventually die. Unless they're dragged by a imp to a bed.
Your guard room is too small.
Yep.
Your portals have attracted as many creatures as they can.
Do we just get like a massive dark elves? 5, 10... Yeah, 20. We just got like 5 dark elves from that. I suppose. I mean, it's thematic for the level. Whatever. I don't really mind. As long as they train. Or 1. No, you're level 4. Oh, there was a way. I saw in the menu, control options. We'll see whether this works. Because some of these control bindings don't seem to work. The camera ones don't. There's like yaw and roll camera, but I couldn't get those working. They might only work with a specific, what's it called? Like camera style or something, I don't know. Here we go. Pick up high level creature, full stop. Pick up low level creature, comma. Okay. So if I press, comma. Is that a low level creature I picked up there? Yes. And if I press full stop, you're level 1 as well. Well, it's not doing anything either. Don't know how that works.
Behold,
Oh, hello.
Lord Ludwig's old decrepit servant Bob, who's left on guard alone. Disturb him, and he'll call his comrades. It would be best if he stayed quiet. Possess a dark elf. Use her eyesight. Zoom your vision to the target. Once you have him, shoot and kill. Sure, that'll keep him quiet.
Yes, it's encouraging us there to use the, what's it called? Use the, zoom function, or the snipe ability for the Dark Elves. Snipe ability. It's not really an ability, it's more just a... I don't know. Telescopic vision? I don't think it actually does anything. Okay. Well trained. Creatures do get unhappy if you carry them for too long. I think. But you have to carry them for really quite a long time. What's with you? Look at how fast you're going. They're all hungry now because I was carrying them for too long. Starving! Whatever. You going to train now? Yep, you are. Training, and you're eating. Melchior. Training. Well, they're going to go collect their wages now, then they're going to go train. It says Bob, but his actual name is Cataractus, the dwarf goodly hero. So
It is payday.
I'm gonna save, just so that I can see whether I can get this done right. Part 2 snipe.
Game saved.
Or snip. You're collecting wages, so I'll wait until you get your wages, and then I'll possess you. Or is there a level 4-1 here? You. What's your name? Nidus or Nidus. Okay, you got your wages? Be possessed. Or run over there. Okay. So, if we can see the dwarf over there. Insert goes into snipe mode. Snipe mode. And I suppose we should be able to shoot him in one hit from here. There's no targeting crosshair, but where'd that go? I think they hit the wall. Oh, there we go. He highlights when we're able to shoot at him. Pow! There we go. Successfully done. It's actually kind of a function. Or, possessing. Kind of. Poor guy. But oh well, we're the bad guys. We have no time for mercy. The Dark Elves training. Can I see level or something? No. That would be useful. You're level 4. Level 4. Level 4. Level 1. Level 1. Level 4. You're level 1. You're eating again. You're training. Idle. And you're training. Okay. Well, go train. And you go train. And train harder.
Your creatures are pleased with your dungeon's efficiency.
Well, they should be. It's only efficient when I slap them. Otherwise, they spend their time, I don't know, mucking about, not getting things done. Can I build a... Yeah, I can. I can build one there. Can't build one over here, though. No, I can build one there. Okay. Good, good. You can also cycle through each of your different types of objects from your workshop by right-clicking on these icons. It will go through all of them, even ones which haven't been built yet, as you saw it went to that one first. Which is useful if you want to see where all of the certain types of traps you've placed are.
A wooden door has been created in your workshop.
I feel like once I mined out one of these, but instead of the wall being, like, connected, there was a hole in it. And I might have been able to snipe through it. Right, how's the training going? Your
portals have attracted as many creatures as they can.
Yeah. I feel like you should only really say that once, because I mean... sometimes there's not really that much you can do about it. Not that often, though. The alerts in this are nowhere near as frequent as they are in Dungeon Keeper 1. Your creatures are under attack. You need a larger lair. And blah 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 blah. Right. I could also snipe the cannons. From ranged. You have been chosen as the lucky one. Okay. I want to... Ah! Ow. Saw me. It's kind of difficult to, like, if I get within range of it, it can shoot me. Yeah. I don't think I can blind fire at it. Oh. No harm. I suppose we'll just have to rush it. Or I could actually break through over here. Or up here or something. I'll go around. That's a novel concept. I wonder why I could shoot the dwarf further away than I could the cannon. Hmm. Ooh. Dispels the fog of war. Cool. A reveal map item. Look at my imps dashing around with the little speed boosts.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
Okay, is there something on the other side for that? Eh. We'll see in a moment when I get that thingy in the library. There we go. We may as well use it now. Reveal map!
The tiled realm has been revealed to you.
Yes. Let's see, so we can see there's this, which is a hero portal. Or hero gate. This allows us to see, I think, the Lord of the Land. Yes, there's Ludwig, who we need to defeat. This is his fortress. This wall here with these cannons. This is where we sniped the dwarf. And then there's this hole here leading into his base. There's actually this gap here. I think we can... Yeah, enemy wall. Your imps must work hard to dig through this. So you can mine through enemy walls. I believe the enemy's miners... I know enemy keepers' imps can reinforce the walls while you're mining through them. I don't know whether they can repair it as fast as you can mine it. I don't think it can end in a stalemate. I think you will eventually break through if they're repairing it, but it will just take longer. There's this one bit of dirt or rock here which we can mine through easily to break into the fortress from behind, rather than go through this. Is there anything else hidden on the map? There's apparently nothing up there. Sure, just go like that. Find all this out. Why not? I don't really want you to run across that way. You know, that's maybe not the smartest idea. I mean, there's cannons there. Can you not get... Oh, you can't get the other way. Because I hadn't mined out that one block of stone there. I always feel like looking around the maps like this, that eventually you'll see something like
It is payday.
the map maker's initials spelled out in dirt on the map. I remember levels in Age of Empires, and Age of Empires 2 had things like that in them. Hidden off from the sides. Also in Galactic Battlegrounds, the Star Wars game based on Age of Empires 2. That had some funny things outside of the maps which you could find if you revealed the entire map. Funny, you know. It was like, oh yeah, it's a reference to that. Something. Well, are you going to find anything? Probably not, because we have revealed the map and there was nothing depicted over there. Nope! Just an entire area just to mine out for the sake of mining. You're level 4? You are. Goblins may not be the best fighters, but if we possess one, the creature we possess is actually tougher than... or creatures are tougher when we possess them than they are normally. So I think they deal more damage, and they have more hit points. Let's not go that way. Wait, I'm getting confused. This way. I could take on those other 2 sentry guns over here as well. I'm strafing a cannon as if it will do much. I mean, it might make it a miss occasionally. I don't think the shot's home on you. There we go. Mine out that.
Your portals have attracted as many creatures as they can.
We can unlock that.
A moat of stagnant water circles round Lord Ludwig's fort. Your imps will be unable to claim it on their own, so group your strongest forces in a band as one, and only then make bold attempt to reach the other side.
Right, yes, the game's mentioning that we can group creatures and have them follow us while we're possessing one. Which is not something I really tend to do, I think. Well, it's better implemented than how it was in Dungeon Keeper 1. I never figured that out. Using the barracks room to, like, group your creatures, I don't know. I think you just dump them in there, and then you, like, stick other ones in there, and they will group together if they don't hate each other. Some creatures will never group up with each other, but... yeah. But I do think it's easier to do in this than in Dungeon Keeper 1. Even if it's sort of hidden inside another ability. Okay. If I possess you, Coops, and I press 7, then I will be able to... well, I don't want the, what's it called? I don't want the, imp with me. No, I don't want the imp with me. I don't want the imp with me! No, you're coming with me. Where's the other one's gone? Come on. Oh, Fine, the imp's coming with me. Hey, goblin. Okay. Actually got a full party. If the imp dies, well, too bad. Okay. We may as well do a frontal assault, why not? Is there a creatures one at a time from your group? Search around for a key. No. Ugh. You just have to remove them all and then group them again. Hey you. Come with me. And you. And you. Good. Okay, there we go. We've got a band and we don't have an imp along for the ride. Okay. Hey! We'll press escape to continue, just so that we can have a look around the map after this animation is finished playing. Horny is enveloped in a massive cloud of steam. Oh, we lost some trolls. Okay.
Organize your security with the guard room.
Hey, we can build our own guard rooms.
Stake your claim on new shores with a wooden bridge.
Oh, the two trolls died.
Creatures are unable to get to a lair.
Yeah. Oh well.
Your
Let's
creatures
mine
are
through
unable
here.
to get to a training room.
Why not? Maybe it's just saying they're too slow. I don't know. Well, we pretty much finished the level. I would like to just take out the rest of these heroes though. I don't know. Completion's sake. Let's attack by this way, actually. No, thieves! Yeah. Do we get a bridge now? No. It's in the next level. Okay. Oh, we didn't level up our creatures either.
You have been blessed with extra imps.
How many imps did that give me? 10? That's quite a few.
Your
Increase level.
creatures have been blessed with experience.
Yay, level 7.
Your portals have attracted as many creatures as they can. Your creatures have been blessed with experience.
Got these swords and shields and halberds sitting around their base.
taken over an enemy guard room.
And... they're actually... that one's level 8. I believe that has teleport.
Unhappy because he has no lair.
Oh.
Your guard room is too small.
Is our layer too small? That one's
It
full.
is payday.
That one's not full.
Your creatures are unable to get to a treasury.
Which creatures? I think it just means because they're walking back. Oh. No, you. What were you doing stuck down there? You can hear the unhappy noises they make. Why were you stuck in the portal? Now he's happy. Or she's happy.
You've taken over an enemy guard room.
Okay. Wham! Wham, wham, wham. What does it say about trolls? Blockers. Right. Support, flanker. If you have a look up the top in the toolbar, it actually says sort of what the fighting style of the creature is sort of considered. Goblins, because they do alright damage, but they have sort of low health, are considered flankers. Trolls are considered blockers, I believe, because they have alright health, but they don't deal too much damage, but they're not really combat creatures. They might be more so than in Dungeon Keeper 2. Dungeon Keeper 1,
has
but...
become unhappy because he has no food.
yeah, it's because they're walking back. Fine, I'll dump you in the hatchery. You can eat all the chickens you desire. They just eat the chicken whole, they just shove it down their gullet. That's something else I actually missed from Dungeon Keeper 1. It had little animations for the creatures eating chickens and so on. And they were unique to the creatures. I believe the warlocks zapped it into like roast chicken and then they ate it. Also, there was something. I picked up 5 Dark Elves, I dropped them all, and then I clicked on this to pick up another 5, and it picked up the last 5 which I hadn't picked up. So it actually, the ones you pick up, if I do it again, you see I'll pick up those 5, and if I drop them here, and pick up 5, I didn't pick up any of the 5 I just dropped. Which is something which was annoying in Dungeon Keeper 1, where if you picked up creatures and dropped them, and then tried to pick up some more from that pile of same creatures, you would pick up the ones which you just dropped. Now it's actually the ones you just dropped are last in the list of the ones you can pick up by clicking on this, and that's much better. Now it would be nice to see the level of the creatures when you're holding onto them. That way you could say, this is level 4 one, so you don't need training. This is level 1 one. I think Dungeon Keeper 1 did that. And you can't see it up at the top there, so... I can't remember whether it did or not. I'll just drop you all there.
Troll has become unhappy because he has no food.
He's in the hatchery! Here, eat like 50 chickens. I don't have any food! Nom! Oh, wait. You can see my imps now have level 8. They're teleporting around the place. Which is very nice. Okay, well, we've taken over all that. There's nothing else to do in this level.
Game Giant. Another
Yes.
land corrupted to your cause, and for once your minions are as pleased as you are. Lord Ludwig seems an old and overweight foe. At his peak, he would have been a far greater challenge. Still, you took a gamble and appropriated another portal gem. Well done, Keeper.
So humorous, those videos. I do like them. Dungeon Keeper 1 had kind of things like that. I think it had like little sort of interactive stills which showed off when you did some things. Like I think if you converted the Lord of the Land, you got one of like a variety of different torture rooms or sound effects from torture rooms or something. I think there were some others, but I don't think I saw all of them. Anyway, we found all the specials. Yay! And we're gonna take over the leaderboard. Here we go. Next level. I think I know this one.
Shadow.
Oh?
You face a strange quest this time, Keeper. You must not only conquer this land, you must also conquer fear. Lord Constantine has installed himself as master of all he surveys at Keep Fear, and protected himself with powerful traps. It is said that all who attempt to depose him turn back at their first attempt, their faces contorted with terror.
Ah, yes, I remember this one now. I thought it was actually another one, but...
Lord Constantine, the gutless knight who guards his gates with traps of fear. Your creatures may be loath to face them with their might. It's up to you to find an elegant solution to this puzzle, whereupon your thoughts may manufacture beasts so frightening themselves that fear's a paltry weapon to their sight.
Hint, hint.
Guard room. Wooden bridge.
What? A new level! And it actually heavily hints towards what the focus of this one is going to be. Namely, let me just... How am I going to do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think there's enough space there for a 5x5. There's some solid rock there, which I can't mine through, so... No harm. Go. I always like the 5x5 rooms next to each other. But yes, the level was heavily hinting at what we're going to have to do in this one. It actually, Dungeon Keeper 2 actually, in this way, gives a bit more functionality to some of the creatures. Namely skeletons. Surprise, surprise. Though they lose out in other ways, as I found when I played through Dungeon Keeper 1. But they do have a purpose in this. Or you can use them in a specific way. I think other creatures also can be used. But for now, we're going to be using skeletons. Right. Put money out there. Fine. And do what? Oh, fine. There we go. We're just gonna have a long daisy chain of 5x5 rooms. 5, 6. And come on, take over those rooms, those floor tiles a bit faster. Also, you lot work faster. Good. I'm going to start off by building a small lair and a small hatchery. We don't have enough money for that. Mind that. It's going to ruin the aesthetic of the room, but whatever. Mind this too. Don't really want to break out into this watery area. Hopefully I won't. Go there. And we can mine through that. And start getting some creatures. Kind of wish there was a way to fill in gaps, but if there was, it would probably change the dynamics of the game quite a bit.
Claimed a portal.
Okay, yeah, mind that out. That could be a... what's it called? That could be like a wonky, treasury. I don't really care what shape a treasury is. Doesn't need to be a square. And we're going to need a training room. We'll build it there. Only got 2 spaces. This shows why it's important to have it like built with solid walls, because these gaps here are actually preventing the room from being more efficient at that size than it would normally be. So, in that way, it's actually good to have a room with as few entrances to it as possible. If you want to maximize it, but I don't care that much. Part of me wishes that the game required that level of detail. At the same time, this game is kind of a management game, but just not to that degree. Leave that. Six, 7, 8, 9. We haven't got any creatures yet? And that, I suppose. Terrible room design. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Your dungeon has been breached.
What? Don't have anyone to defend it though. Oh. Look at the little sod. No! Look at that dwarf! It just smacked through my walls. We see here that my imps will actually fight them. And we can take the fight to them by possessing them. And we can do a better job of defending our dungeon heart. Thankfully, it's only a thief and a dwarf. But they ruined my dungeon! Look at that! Oh, they mined straight in through the side there. Oh well. At least there's a gap there where I can put a door. So rude! Do I want to do this? There, fine, whatever. And that. There we go. There. we got any creatures yet? Nope. Maybe my layers are not big enough. I didn't want to build it that big. Okay. Actually, mind that out there. More fighting. Oh, more thieves. Okay. Well.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Stop that! I wonder if the creature you possess looks different to the enemy. Stop poking it! It's not that weak. It takes a fair bit of effort to take down the dungeon heart. There we go. Yeah, my dungeon heart is under attack. How much damage did it take? 99%. No! Oh well. Okay. Got a guard room there. We'll build a library here. Oh? I guess we won't. I don't have enough money.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
I have?
A new species of creature has entered your dungeon.
We got a dark elf. Fine. Oh, I see. Well. Fine. First creature is a dark elf. Dark elves are fine, but... Oh, there. Stimulating magic to raise the spirits of all your creatures.
Taking over an enemy bridge.
Make happy. Oh, look. The AI just dropped a wizard in. Wizards are like you see in the cutscene at the beginning of the game. They have pointy hats, funny beards, and they throw fireballs. And they make funny noises. There we go. Oh yes, and we have bridges as well. So we can actually, like, ford rivers with bridges.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Stop this! They might be spawning infrequently so that I can make use of them when I eventually get the,
You have taken over an enemy
what's it called?
bridge. Your creatures are unable to get to a lair.
Well, they can't because they're passed out on the floor. Suppose that would inhibit their ability to move around. Ah, there's the prison. Destroying rooms.
You have taken over an enemy prison.
Yep.
The prison is the place where imps will drag your wounded victims. There they'll rot and perish, turning last to bones. Then skeleton creatures will emerge, created, yours to use in battle with your foes. Your creatures are unable to get to a prison.
Oh, we got more wizards.
The wooden bridge. You'll find these useful as you build your landlocked creatures easy passage over water, even lava. But be cautious over lava, as the bridge will slowly perish in the heat. Your imps are diligent in their retrieval of the dying and the slain, but only when on land you've claimed. So when a creature perishes on water or on lava, it is for you to build a bridge beneath it.
Yeah.
Only then can it be dragged to where it serves you best.
I believe gold is purposely limited on this level to showcase another element about the skeletons. There they are. This can hold 4 captives. Oh, it looks like we're just getting dark elves in this. That's fine. Oh no, you died. It's not good.
Your guard room is too small.
Come on. We're going, what's it called? Cannon destroying. Not that it really matters if that dies. There we go. We destroyed one.
A creature has died in your prison and has risen as a skeleton.
There we go.
The skeleton. This fearless set of bones needs neither sleep nor nourishment. Its only urge to kill, and when in battle marches forth and slays without remorse.
Yep. As it says there's more to the skeleton than there is in Dungeon Keeper 1. In Dungeon Keeper 1, skeletons required lairs. I don't think they required food. And I believe they collected wage? It didn't say anything about wages in this, but I don't think they require wages in this. I could be wrong on that. I'm probably wrong on that, but I remember skeletons being pretty strong attack-wise. Yeah, they're like good attackers. They're kind of like goblins. I don't think
died in your prison.
They deal good damage, but I don't think they have that much health. And they also, because they don't have a lair, they need to be healed to get their health back, from what I remember. So having warlocks with them prolongs their life, or you have to cast heal on them yourself. But I don't have access to warlocks. I don't think. Well, I might. We might be able to get heal spell. Actually, I don't think we can, because we've got all our spells and there's no question mark ones, so... Can we get a workshop? I think we're quite limited in our creatures here, because this is sort of designed to showcase the skeletons. If all your dark elves leave because they get unhappy, you just make use of skeletons. But yeah, in this, skeletons spend all their time training. Do they get wages? Let me see. Wage 0. Gold held 0. So no, I don't think they collect wages. They just train.
Your minions need a larger training.
And I don't think you can force them to eat either. No. In Dungeon Keeper 1, you could give chickens to the skeletons to heal them, I think. I believe skeletons also go to the guard room.
A new species of creature has entered your dungeon.
Sounds familiar. Oh, we have a warlock. So we can actually train them. Heal them. Because the warlocks do learn heal at like level 4 or something. Why is there chickens in my lair? Look at all the chickens. They're just like... Is the skeleton scaring them or something? Yes, chickens. If I had a stomach, you would be my meal. And then the game keep complaining my guards room too small. Yeah. Well, we don't have any gold. Need more gold. To have gold. Okay. And get that. There's just bits of gold everywhere. It's messy. Yeah, mind that. There we go. Who cares? Just mine it. Stop trying to be neat. Game's not going to work with you. I don't know. There's no reason to work with the game. There's a hero gate up there. We haven't got fireflies in this level either, which would be useful for all the caverns.
Your guard room is too small.
I think Dungeon Keeper 2, with the lesser amount of creatures available to you, does sort of, in the later levels, allow you to have access to all the creatures, rather than Dungeon Keeper 1's. The later levels, you don't tend to get the weaker creatures, you just tend to get the later, stronger creatures. Which, I think the second one utilizes the creature roster a bit better. But there is less creatures as a side effect of that.
Payday.
You went around that way? Okay. Yeah, go there. Yeah, go there. What? No, I don't really want to, because that would... Just do that. Whatever. It would be nice if it told me how much payday is costing me there. I mean, it flashes up the top, but... It'd be nice if it said in the tooltip as well. How many creatures have we got in the prison? Not many! Actually, none. They're all dead. They're all skeletons now. Oh, also another thing different from Dungeon Keeper 1. Skeletons, I believe in Dungeon Keeper 2, are created at level 1. In Dungeon Keeper 1, when you got skeletons, they were spawned at the level of the creature which died. The level the creature that died was at. So if you had a level 7 barbarian or something, then a level 7 skeleton would appear from their body. Or they would turn into a level 7 skeleton. Whereas in Dungeon Keeper 2, I think regardless of the level, it becomes a level 1 skeleton. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. Go down there. Just sitting around doing nothing.
A new species of creature has entered
Hey,
your
we got a
dungeon.
troll. No goblins. Oh well. The skeletons screaming as they train. Oh wait, that doesn't go over there? Nope. Well, that was a completely useless bridge. This is a completely unusable thingamabob. Could I build another guard room? There's not really enough enemies to warrant it. Come on. Dig up there. Get that. Get that. Dig along there. Get that. That. And that. And there.
Surely even dungeon keepers must retire to a lair of some description.
Yeah, eventually. Don't hassle me, game. It's just hit 1 AM.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
Well, we have restore health to all creatures in my service, which will help with the skeletons not healing situation. Library's fine, and they're upgrading my spells to level 2. So, oh, you're level 4 already. What's his name? Flog. Does he have a blood type? Blood group. ARH+.
Your create imp spell has been upgraded.
Don't know what type of blood group a skeleton could have.
Your creatures like your style.
Marrow group? Okay. That. There. Kinda feels like the imps move slower in Dungeon Keeper 2 than they do in 1. Right. Oh, you're just hanging around a prison. You can put your own creatures in a prison. They don't particularly like being put into prison. I don't know if you get skeletons that way. I'm not sure. Part of me says no, but I don't really see why not. But then skeletons... I was going to say skeletons are different from Dungeon Keeper 1. In Dungeon Keeper 2, as this level is showing, skeletons, they don't need to eat, they don't have a lair, and they don't collect wages, though they do still cost money to train. So those are pluses in their name. They also are immune to fear traps, which we haven't seen yet. We saw in the opening cinematic for this level, which scare off, I believe, mostly every other creature. They approach it, it rattles, and they're just like, ah, and they run off. Skeletons aren't affected by that, they attack them. However, unlike in Dungeon Keeper 1, skeletons only have the melee attack. In Dungeon Keeper 1, skeletons actually had several abilities they got as they leveled up. They would get... I know they'd get armor, and I can't remember the other ones they get. So they could make themselves tougher, but... I can't remember what the other abilities they would be able to get were. I think there was 4. I mean, along with their melee attack and melee attack, armor. There might have been haste, like self-haste, and I don't know. I think there was only like one level which I used the skeleton in. Look at that. Okay, I was going to say, look at that chicken exploring the world, but then it just exploded. Apparently chickens explode when they get too old, or something. Can I query a chicken? No. Pity. How will I know what the chicken's blood type is? These important facts I must know. Okay.
Your Thunderbolt spell has been upgraded.
Hey, cool. Electrocutes intruders with the power of lightning. Right. How's my layer going? Oh, it's fine. 13 out of 25 spaces. Oh, there's a wizard. Get him. I want him to join my army of the undead. Because the skeletons make hilarious noises when they're chasing people. Come on. Come on, he's just there. There we go. They were being silly. They were just chasing me around, having a laugh. And drag and put him into the prison. There we go. As I said earlier, I was told you can actually stop imprisonment by clicking on this.
Off.
It puts the bar across it, and it stops any more creatures which die or which get knocked unconscious from being put into the prison, as the game just told you.
Imprisoning on. Imprisoning
Interesting.
off.
There's an animation to closing the bar,
on.
but there is no animation for it opening. That might be a bug. Can't remember whether that was the case or not. A minor thing. Can't build prisons of our own. Right. Just mine down here. Oh, and they make
Your
funny
possession
noises
spell has been upgraded.
when they're in here.
There is nothing left to research.
He's called Tung, or Tung. Tung the Wizard. Can I query you?
It is payday.
Nope. You have to sort of wait for them to turn into skeletons on their own. I think you could slap them to lower their health to make it a bit faster, but if you slap them enough that they die, I don't think they turn into skeletons. I'm pretty sure they don't. So, they have to like wither away on their own terms and not be put over the edge by you. So, as I said, I think you can at least expedite the process by slapping them, or by torturing them and then putting them back into the prison to shave off some of their health. Or you could, I think you can thunderbolt them or electrocute, lightning strike them as well, but they tend to have low health anyway. Oh, we just died. We didn't get a skeleton from that. Boo! How you're all smelly and stinking up the place. Ho hum. I think there was actually something else different there. In Dungeon Keeper 1, if you had like an enemy creature or hero which had the heal spell, they would either use it to heal themselves, or if it was heal other, they would heal the other creatures in the prison with them. Thus, you would have to torture those ones or remove them so that the other creatures would end up dying and turning into skeletons or whatever. Because otherwise they'd just keep getting healed. I don't think that happens in Dungeon Keeper 2. I think once they're in the prison, they will just stay in the prison and they won't use any of their abilities. You can overfill a prison And if too many creatures get in a prison, then there will be a prison break. Can I show that, actually?
A creature is starving in your prison. Your prison is too small. Creatures are escaping from your prison.
Yeah, there we go. See? They're all hopping out of the prison. You didn't. No, they're still happy. They weren't in there long enough. Though it did hurt them while they were in there. But the prison's all busted. It better repair itself over time. Imps, will you fix it? Maybe it heals over time itself.
Imprisoning
there we go.
off. Imprisoning on.
So. I don't think that really happens unless you put them in themselves, because your imps won't put more creatures into a prison than the capacity. But I can't remember whether that happens in Dungeon Keeper 1. Maybe. Yep.
Your guard room is too small.
Yes. I'll build another guard room over here. Go. Ooh, we got another object. Conjures up a workforce of magical drones. Hey, it's like 10 more imps. I only have 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
I see you have discovered a magical
16, 17,
item.
18. There we go. Do that. We have some trolls, don't we? Yeah, we got 2 trolls. So let's build some doors. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Build a sentry gun there. Hey trolls, where are you? You're in my hand. I want you to start building those things. Oh.
A wooden door has been created in your workshop.
Well done. Drag that dwarf off to the prison. Thank you. What's his name? Goloch. And this one, Fengor. Oh, there is also the rats here. You can see what the rats say. Rats. Filthy, plague-carrying vermin, and the sign of a fine prison. You can't slap them, and it just makes the rat explode into a shower of gore. No, Randy. I'm sorry. There you are. I mean, there are plague rats, so blech.
A wooden door has been created in your workshop.
Hey! Skeletons! What's his name? Pulsifer. Pulsifer? Oh, we got some more skeletons. I think they'll just actually starve. They won't turn into skeletons. I'll try and show off the enemy heroes units, though. As I mentioned in Dungeon Keeper 1, if you watch that. Dungeon Keeper 2, from what I remember, is not really conductive to having hero creatures along with your evil creatures. They just sort of dislike each other and never get along. So everyone ends up unhappy.
You have been blessed with extra imps.
So many imps! We have 31 now. It's much easier to get imps in this than it is in Dungeon Keeper 1. Mostly because it doesn't cost gold to create imps. It's just mana. Oh, also I can see there is a limit to how much mana we can have coming in at once.
Has been created in your workshop.
I think it seems like 500 per tick is the max we can have. Currently at minus 217. More gold. There's nothing else up there. Nothing over there. I have to just sort of tunnel through these tunnels. To ooh, locate hidden land. Allows you to reach a secret level on completion of this one. Well, I'll do a save. Part 2 secret sector.
Game saved.
Okay. And we'll be able to, and I'll get that.
Your portal has attracted as many creatures as it can.
I think there's only the one in this level. But I'll just make sure. Get that gold. And down there.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
That's my treasury.
I see you have discovered a magical item.
Oh, we got another one called Mana Boost. Does what it sounds, it gives us mana. Go. And I do this. Oh, that actually leads into a hero area. Let's have a look. Yep. Okay, that's the actual.
Micro piglets stalk your dungeon. Beware.
Oh no! Not the micro piglets. I think that actually becomes that's actually made into a thing in the spiritual successor, War for the Overworld. I think it's chickens. The minions eat micro piglets. Where are they? Can't see them. Oh no. I think he's having a laugh. Right, let's go and have a look up here. Okay, you can mine it on that side if you want. No, there's nothing there. Okay.
It is payday.
Yeah, go up this way. Have a look. Go up and around. There we go. More. And there. Mine through that. And I'd like you to build some more bridges up there. You see anything else? Nope. And there was nothing in there. Okay. Oh, we can actually get a overview of the area like that. You do that apparently by right-clicking on the auto map, and it brings it up. It's useful. We can see. It doesn't actually show what's dirt and what's rock. Or does it? may very well, actually. Actually, no, it doesn't. Only what you have direct line of sight to. Like this corner bit here, but not all the dirt in there, which we don't actually see, because it's behind our walls. So, that's the enemy base in there. There is this down here. So, let's have a look over there. Right, you can kind of cheat the game by clicking and dragging to place the bridges. You can place them further than you normally would be able to, without having to explore there. Oh. What's that? Oh. Loose gold worth 50. Thanks, game. There was a tiny sack of gold on the floor there. All my problems are solved. Well, I think we see basically everything. Yep. Okay, well, I'll save again. Secret.
Game saved.
And I will do this.
A hidden realm has been made available.
Ooh. And we'll do this. And skeletons. Attack.
Your creatures quiver with foreboding when they approach the fear traps here. It's only death which will enable any creature to surpass their fears.
You can see the fear traps are skeletons and gibbets. Are they called gibbets? Can't remember. The hanging cages. Anyway. Oh no, we've got knights. It's Urgen. It's Urgen. Oh! There we go. The fear traps I don't think work through walls. So these ones will only scare creatures in this corridor. They won't scare these ones over here. There we go. Ooh, I just remembered. Also, another thing. If skeletons in Dungeon Keeper 2 die, they don't leave a body. They'll just disappear into a pile of... They'll just disappear in a cloud of bone. Or bones. And this... So, you won't... If they die, they die. Unlike in Dungeon Keeper 1, where they can be dragged back to the lair. Obviously, because they don't have a lair in Dungeon Keeper 2, so there's nowhere to drag them back to. Oh! A massive amount of heroes disappeared. Where are you all going? You got a
portal has attracted
battle
many creatures
to attend
as it
to.
can. Sweet victory
There you
is yours, brave keeper. Outsmarting and outfighting dull Lord Constantine, you proved both wise and valiant. Go forth and celebrate your spoils.
Yay. I don't think there's a way to quit this cutscene, so you have to watch it. It is a little annoying. It takes, you know, control away from you for the battle. Not that it really matters. I think Horny deals with any enemies which might be left alone, which might be left there, but, you know, I don't want to lose any creatures while the battle might still be raging. You just have to sort of bear with it. There's no big sparkle. Oh well.
The prison allows you to capture dying enemies. Extract confessions and conversions in the torture chamber. Frighten off snooping enemies with the fear trap. Fill the gaps in your defenses with barricades.
Oh, that's right.
Your prison is too small.
Yeah, you can actually build barricades too. Oh, we lost all of our skeletons. Ah. I wonder if they thought it was a good idea to call him Horny. Well, I'm pretty sure it was on purpose. It's called the Horned Reaper in Dungeon Keeper 1. It was actually a creature you could get. However, in this, they just gave it the 1, and they called him Horny. Because, oh, jokes. I mean, he is. He has got a lot of horns all over him. So, it's an appropriate name. I think Bullfrog liked making a lot of jokes like that. I think there's a number of them in Theme Hospital. I don't know about Syndicate, I never played that. Populous the beginning?
A creature has died in your prison and has risen as a skeleton.
Not really, from what I remember. Yeah. Oh, it didn't collapse. We own all the land around it, but it didn't collapse.
Your creatures are pleased with your dungeon's efficiency.
Oh, we actually get to see the entire map when we win the level. That's nice. Is there anything to see?
A warlock has become unhappy because he has no food.
Yeah. Oh. Another great game, Populous at the beginning, that is. I agree thoroughly.
A warlock has become unhappy because he has no food.
Still got the original box. I do too. It's on my shelf just over here. Just poked it. I do like the cover art for it. I think it was like one of the first games I bought for the CD on the CD at the time. And the land deformation in it is something which I am yet to see really done to such a degree in a game since. So. Lost a box of Dungeon Keeper 2 somehow. Do still have the CD and the manual. I never actually owned Dungeon Keeper 2 myself. I borrowed it from a friend.
A creature has died in your prison and has risen as a skeleton.
But yes, anyway, that is, I think, the level. We don't actually have anything else to do here. I think we've found all the secrets. I can't see anything else in any of the corners around here. I have made a save. I'll save it again. Under Sec 2.
Game save.
Just in case. We'll press spacebar.
Baked beans? Poor Lord Constantine. A worthy adversary, but ultimately a limited one. I see you have also gained a piece of the Horny Talisman. Collect all 4 sections of this mighty artifact, and you will gain the services of Horny. Furthermore, you now have the ability to summon him for a short period of time in the next realm. a sweet victory keeper, and a well-won portal gem.
Ah, yes, there is that. The talisman pieces. I said how the Horned Reaper, or Horny as he's called in Dungeon Keeper 2, is not a creature you can actually attract to your dungeon like in Dungeon Keeper 1. Which, yeah, I am willing to agree with people on Dungeon Keeper 1 that it's a kind of a negative, because it was fun to try and juggle keeping them happy. But though they were kind of difficult to get, so I didn't get them that often. But in Dungeon Keeper 2, you do get access to it, but it's through this thing called the Talisman, which you get parts of it for... I can't remember what. It might be... Either the game just gives them to you at certain points during the campaign, like finishing this level, or it's because I found, like, the secret level special... The secret level special item or something like that. So yeah, what they do, as it said, you use the talisman piece, and it allows you to summon Horny once for that level. I believe you just get a set amount of uses per level. Yes, I believe it's 1 per piece you find. However, I believe once you find all 4 pieces, or once you receive all 4 pieces, you can summon him as many times during a level as you wish. I believe he costs half of your mana to summon, 100,000, and he will last until all your mana is drained, and then he'll disappear. So, until mana runs out, yes, yep. So yeah, that is another level of Dungeon Keeper 2 done. Creature training, 4.31. Okay. No creatures converted. We did get the torture chamber though, so we will be able to convert some creatures if we so desire. I'll try and convert some hero creatures, though. As I've said, I don't think it really works too well in Dungeon Keeper 2. Compared to the first one, where it was more of a tactic you could use. But anyway. Make 4. And we'll see what the next level is.
It seems we are not alone in our quest.
Ooh.
Your main rival is a keeper called Nemesis. He also has many lesser keepers allied to his cause. You must defeat them all to claim this kingdom for your own. Look there. Keeper Dante has revealed himself by invading Lord Titus's land of Snapdragon. And there, Keeper Gormagan has made a move on Lord Sigmund of Emberglow. I feel sure Nemesis will move against us soon. You must be strong to defeat him. Sweetwater. This land is protected by the valiant Lord Ironhelm. Your minions are currently laying siege to his castle.
Where's it, this one?
Choose the location to the west for a frontal assault, or the location to the east for a cunning ambush.
Okay, so we have a choice of between 2 missions here. I don't know which one I'll do. But yes, and this is the secret level over here. You see, it's actually not portrayed correctly in the game. It doesn't actually have the ground rising up underneath it, like the other ones. But yes, I'll have to have a look at that next time. I don't think we've got anything else around here. No. But yeah, we've got a choice between 2, and this thing, these ones are blue because they're owned by Nemesis. Nemesis. It's the same name as the main bad guy in Black and White. They must just like the name for the villains, or for the opponents. I suppose that's what they are. They're a nemesis which you must defeat, so... Yes, it's not... You might think like, oh, they're taking over the territory while I'm dealing with this. No, it's all linear, this, so... You're playing Black and White again since yesterday. I have not played it in years. The creatures were fun to mess around with. I always wished that it had more skirmish mode stuff. But, anyway. Black and White 2 had a bit more of that. And it had the armies which were fun to mess around with, but... Anyway. I do have Creature Isles too, the expansion from Black and White 1, but sadly my CD got scratched up beyond use, so... Oh well. Anyway, that will probably be it for Dungeon Keeper 2 for tonight. We made a fair bit of progress. I mean, the levels were pretty easy. They're all... I think we're sort of just out of tutorial land and sort of into the meat of the game, as it were. Not sure if it works on Windows 10. I haven't tried Black and White or Black and White 2 this is. I think Black and White 2 use games for Windows Live. So, unless I have a patch to disable that, or you're able to find a patch to remove that. Did it? I can't remember. I don't think I played Black and White 2 and since I got it. Did that have an expansion too? I can't remember. Anyway, they were fun games, but they could have done a bit more with them. Yes, but I digress. This is going to be it for Dungeon Keeper 2 for tonight. I'd like to thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Battle of the Gods, that's it. That's the expansion for Dungeon Keeper, or Black and White 2. Battle of the Gods. So yes, I will call it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll join me again next time. I will stop the recording here.